Hello, everyone, and welcome to our series. As you know, in this HPC Systems webcast series, we are covering all of our journey towards cloud-enabled environments for our HPC Systems platform. And we have been having some special guests all along. From our last few episodes, you probably got quite a bit of information from other community members working actively in developing some of these capabilities. And today we have Godson. Godson has been with us for some time. He's been involved with a number of initiatives around HPC systems platform. And this is in and out of the cloud particular initiative. And he has quite a bit of work now going towards this particular journey as well. He's been involved in a number of projects, and I thought that it was a good idea to have him here so he can highlight some of those projects and give a glimpse into what's happening in that area of the world. Hello, and welcome to our series.
Thank you, Flavio. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell me a little bit about what you've been working on over the last couple of months. What's in your mind? What's your day-to-day like, and which projects have you been tackling in HPCC?
Well, this year has been all about cloud, as we move into the cloud, and we have so much to do, and everybody is involved, and that's where I've been working the most.
Very good. So specifically, which areas have you been involved with on HPCC?
Well, mainly I'm responsible for testing. I'm one of the two people who are responsible for testing and the team, the tester platform. We have to test all our products before we get them out there and for people to use them. And so one of those, not only the bare metal version, but also the cloud containerization system. So so that's where I've been working on, mostly on the cloud.
But how do you test? So do you just install the HPC platform and run things by hand, or do you have any automation there, and how did this change from what you had before cloud and after cloud?
Very good question. So right now we just started, so we do not have an automation test suite yet. We are doing things manually, and because everything is very, very fresh. So we want to test every detail, every component, every features that we want to put out there. And so the way that we do it right now is that we have at least 3 types of tests, right? The first one is configuration. So right now you have to, we're using Helm. So we have Helm charts. So we have to get into our configuration and make sure that we have the right configuration. We have to validate excuse me, we have to validate our configuration. And then we have, once we are able to run our infrastructure, we have to make sure that the features that we implemented hold, whether it's scaling, whether it's self-healing, stuff like that. And then after that.
So sorry to interrupt there, but just so you said Helm charts, which means that this is all Kubernetes oriented, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes. So we have to do compute tests, like functional testing. Can we run jobs? Do we get the results that we need, that we expected? Do we get them on time as compared to the bare metal version? So those are the testing, the test cases that we've been working with lately.
Very good. And do these tests also involve deployment? So not just the running, the functional, the configuration and running, but also the actual process for deploying the platform on the cloud. I assume that you're also working with some of the tooling to deploy, right? And to build the Kubernetes. So you're using the Kubernetes Helm chart, but you also deploying that into some environment, right? Is
exactly.
that using a public cloud environment too?
Yes. So we tend to support multiple clouds. I mean, we should support all the clouds because we're using containerization and it shouldn't be a problem. But we also have, look, we should be able to deploy locally on our laptop, computer, or whatever. So we have to test those as well. So we have to deploy locally and we have to deploy in the cloud. So lately I've been deploying on Azure, which is the main cloud provider that we've been working with. So yeah, we've been doing testing there, and we also been doing testing on Google with our interns, and also AWS. So we're working hard on that.
Very good. So how do you find it compared to the prior deployment on bare metal? Is this easier or harder, or does it create additional challenges, or is it faster to deploy, or anything? Are there any substantial differences between what you had before and what you are doing now?
I would say the bare metal is probably easier for a lot of people. But once you get to know the containerization system and how to deploy, if you follow our blogs, you will actually have a step-by-step instructions how to deploy locally in the cloud, and that shouldn't be too hard to do. But we also have been working with other tools like open source infrastructure as code tools such as Terraform to deploy as well.
Oh, so that's interesting. So you mentioned Terraform, and I know that quite a few people in the community are probably using Terraform today to deploy things on the cloud. So is the intention to also have some Terraform, I don't know, modules or components that allow you to do the HPC deployment without needing to get into describing every aspect of the platform? How does it work? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very, very handy tool. It's very powerful in terms of configuration. I've used it to even deploy the bare metal version of the platform on OpenStack, which is our private cloud.
Good.
And right now, somebody else is already using it to deploy our HPC cloud version on Azure. So that is what I'm working with right now, and we tend to use that to easily deploy an AKS cluster on Azure, and get things running very quickly.
Very good. So, and just going a little bit back to the performance and execution time of work units. So, from your current experience, when you're running some of these tests on the performance of the systems running on the cloud, have you done any comparisons with bare metal? Are there any substantial differences there, or are the results about the same?
We haven't done quite a lot of performance testing. That's one part where some of our interns are exploring, and soon we will have to do comparison between the cloud version and the bare metal version, and how things whether the cloud version is quicker than the bare metal version, or the bare metal version is a little bit quicker than the cloud version. But I assume that the cloud version should be faster for many reasons.
Okay. Oh, very good. Very good. Okay, good. That's good to know. So, what's coming next? What is going to be your core topic of work or interest over the next few months? Right now, 7.10 is out, so I assume you're working on 7.10. But
yes.
Of course, at this point, the work on 7.12 already started, and I assume that also the work on your side is working towards is moving towards the future, right?
Right.
So
exactly.
What's coming down the road?
So we've been working with a lot of cloud features, and changes are happening with every version that we put out there. Right now, we have 7.10 is out, and we are working on 7.12. Obviously, we have to keep things moving. And so that has been going right. And we also have right now we're trying to support CentOS 8, and that's one of the things that we are working with. we are working on. I'm sorry. And after that, it's the cloud, really. We need to come up with automation testing and all of that to support our way of work, our way of working with testing for the cloud.
Very good, very good. Do you, just by the way, do you test auto-scaling too on the cloud? Is there any component that needs to be auto-scaled in the platform, like ESPs or something like that, or is it still a fairly fixed geometry of nodes when you test?
I haven't done auto-scaling yet, but I do know that one of our interns had the chance to test that feature, and it worked pretty well. We did a vertical and horizontal scaling on Google Cloud.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, Godji, this was great. Thank you very much. This was a great conversation. I hope everyone will enjoy it as much as I did. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.